Hello, and welcome to the Hustle and Know Entrepreneurial Experience. We are an entrepreneurship book club moving into the podcast world. My name is Julie. I am your host today. And joining us, we have Joseph Warren, co-owner of Financial Planning HQ. And we also got Shawn Townley over here, entrepreneur, consultant, speaker, and geek. And today, we are not actually discussing one book, I guess I should say, but we are doing our total final recap of everything that we've learned in 2020. So buckle up because it's going to be a crazy ride. Okay, so let's get started then. Yeah. Okay. First question for the team. It's kind of like a confessional of the confessionals. Did we follow through? Because in our confessionals, we find out if we're still doing the thing that we said we were going to do. So now we need to find out, are we still doing that from the whole year since start of 2020? So who wants to go first? I kind of want to.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did Joseph ever read that book?
I know, that's what I was going to say. Joseph, there were like three.
You knew it was coming, dude. You knew it was coming.
There was like Storynomics.
Fix
This Next.
Fix It Next.
And did you finish? Maybe you should talk to someone?
I've read most of it. I didn't finish it. But I never said it.
So tell us.
Exposed.
Exposed? Wow, I was not expecting this. All right, so
that was sorry, Joseph. I was just trying to. I was hoping for redemption. Is what I was looking for. I was looking for. Oh yeah.
I plead the fifth. I'm just kidding. No, when it comes to Fix This Next, I still have it, but I haven't read it yet. And Storynomics, I need to read. If you guys say it's a good book, I'll read it.
It was good. It was about like marketing. If it would help if you wanted to like market your business. So I would say yes. So,
Fix This Next too?
that one was a good one. I'd recommend that one too.
Okay. I'll read them. Yeah, I had it right here in my confessional. I didn't read those two.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want, you could probably skip Storynomics and just go straight like with Crush It. I think Crush It is more of a book.
Storynomics was technically 2019, so I wasn't going to bring that one up. So thanks, Julie. That was October 2019.
But we read Crushing It, which was basically Crushing It was like a stem off of Crush It. But Crush It was more of the book where it gives you step by step what you should do.
Oh, really?
Crushing It was more like, here are all the stories of everybody who did Crush It and how successful they are. So that's why if you want the actual concepts, you might as well just read Crush It.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Joseph, does that mean what about anything else?
What? Okay, so you're talking about all the confessionals? Okay. So these books are stuck in my head. Like something will happen and I'll be like, oh yeah, we can do both. Like I'll think about that and that's from which book? That's the genius of the and. It's like where it's like you don't have to choose one or the other. You can just do both. Mm-hmm. And I'll realize that like all the time. People think like, oh, it's either one or the other, and I'll be like, let's just do both, or let's do 50% this, 50% that. So these books are definitely stuck in my head. Ones that have stuck with me are negotiating correctly, like putting myself in the other person's shoes when I'm negotiating with people, which is technically this year, I believe. Thinking about what other people want. So sometimes I'm like, we get caught up in just what we want, but if you focus on what other people want, it's much easier. And then that also ties to making money. Like the way to make money is figure out what people want and figure out a way to get it for them. So like I'm noticing like a lot of ties. Plan my income before receiving it. I've been doing that a little bit. I did a habit contract. That's how I started my YouTube channel. Right. And then also with you guys, be authentic and real. Of course, I got to keep it 100. So I'm doing that. I'm using my notes like Julie. Start with why. So that's another thing, like just saying because, like why you want to do something, like give me that water because I'm thirsty. People will do it. So it's like little mental tricks like that are like really paying dividends. Also, the Jedi mind trick of saying, is that reasonable? Like, if you knew me, if we could see each other, and outside the pandemic, you'd be like, oh, here comes Joseph with, is that reasonable again? You'd probably notice it, because I'm like constantly, is that reasonable? And most people say yes. Let's see. And then the main one, I think the biggest one is like the pillar of content. The biggest book was Crushing It. And really just like making content each day has been really rewarding and really fun. And yeah, those are the ones I have been doing. I haven't been reflecting as a habit. I haven't been always reading the book. I can improve on not wasting money, like leaving the lights on and stuff like that. It'll be in my head like, oh, I should turn it off because I'm just wasting my life energy. But sometimes I still keep it on, I'll admit. Challenging people is a big thing, and then tracking my time will be next steps. I haven't been doing those. So some things, they stick in my head and I feel guilty, but some of them I do and some of them I'm not doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fact that you're acknowledging that and you're still trying to move forward at least and do those next steps, that's good. That's admirable. And read the book hopefully in 2021.
It's the first rule of book club. Yeah.
First rule of book club, read the damn book.
Look.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be our new motto.
Did you read the book? Oh, you're out. Go!
It's a good one. Okay, Shawn, what about you?
You know, looking back on this year and the things that we did, I am probably most proud of our Squishing It challenge. I'm the way we kind of challenge each other and to watch those things turn into real projects that we've carried forward. I mean, that's been great. I think looking back also watching Julie have a family now. I mean, she's got new kids and, you know, watching Joseph, you know, continue day in and day out to come and be professional and just, y'all brought people in to the book club. We expanded our little circle of influence just a little bit. But I think what I'm most proud of is the things that they're spawning off of it. As far as looking back to the things and confessionals that I'm continuing to do, I think rework has been the biggest influence on me. I like the idea of solving your own problem first. I think that's helped with my projects. I mean, I've gotten my YouTube channel off the ground this December now. And, you know, putting real obstacles in front of yourself and then just knocking them over has been a blast. You know, these are things as a procrastinator as well that, you know, it feels good to be able to move forward. So the book club has been a tremendous asset to me, especially during these trying times. I mean, having something that I can hang my hat on every couple of weeks. We're meeting, we're reading a lot of material. I think I looked at my Goodreads. I've read 50 books this year, and that's just truly amazing. Also, looking back to your money or your life, I think I do look at time totally differently now. I think I look at time as what a true value is, not just what I'm earning in an hour, but what is costing in an hour. What is the life energy source that we're using? I think the James Altucher book, you know, Choose Yourself, you know, has been a big, strong influence to me as well. I mean, looking at things through different things and just really choosing yourself, not waiting for something to happen to make things happen, get on that human element piece. Finally, the last book we read with Maybe You Should See Someone, the whole human element of, you know, we're all going through the same sort of life. We all have the same sort of challenges, and it's okay to talk to somebody else to figure out what's happening and what needs to happen. And you don't have to do it by yourself. I know this year particularly, it felt like we were alone or we were just in our little bubbles as we tried to stay safe and healthy. But I think it really is important to continue to be social, even if you have to do it on Zoom, even if you have to do it outside with mask on, even if you're picking on some of your great friends in a book club. I mean, I think it's been real important to keep that human connectivity going forward. Julie, I don't know if that was 5. Were you counting?
No, I wasn't, but I mean, I'll take it. Okay, well, for me, Well, Shawn, actually going back to you real quick, is there anything that you think that you did not follow through with on the confessional that you said you were going to do and then you did it maybe for like a couple weeks and then you didn't anymore?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, it's so easy to forget these sort of things, but this year has really been about personal growth for me. So I've, when you have this much time, and I've been working from home all year, I've had more flexibility than I've ever had going to an office. So it has been incredible how my meditation practice, my language study practice, I've got streaks now that are over 1,200 days old. I mean, when we talked about calendaring, I think Joseph mentioned that a while back about how, Seinfeld talked about, marking the X's on the calendar. I really took that to heart too. It didn't necessarily come from a book, right? Am I misremembering?
Part of that was in the Atomic Habits. It was mentioned.
Atomic Habits. Well, James Clear has always been I get his weekly email as well, so it's been inspiring. So it's been really kind of amazing. So what have I not done? I have not done a good job of letting things go, like choosing things to stop doing. That's probably been my biggest faux pas of 2020. I continue to hoard the habit stacking and trying to make myself a better person, probably almost to my detriment now. I'm really going to have to start looking at, I'm going to have to do some winter cleaning, over the holidays. I'm going to have to look at things I need to stop doing. That has been my biggest other problem is stopping doing things once I get going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's good. You have been saying that for a while now. I got so much on my plate. I got so much on my plate. How am I doing all this? And then you keep doing it.
But I mean, the problem is that at this time of my life, I may have said this before, experiences are more important than things now. So you get to a point where I think when you're younger, you're 20 in your 30s, you want to accumulate wealth, blah, 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 money. And then when you realize you get to half-life and beyond, you get into the third quarter, fourth quarter, it's like, I want experiences with my friends. So I have a little bit of fear of missing out. I don't want to sacrifice experiences. It's driving me nuts right now. I can't travel because one of the things we've talked about is not giving each other gifts for Christmas anymore. My family, because my kids are older now, and just taking a trip and just going and being together and making memories. And so that's something that happens in life. I would love to share that with everyone, but man, I got to stop doing other things so I can allow time for that to grow. I mean, I'm almost to the point now where I want to get rid of my television. I mean, it's such a time suck and a waste. I'll also look around and look at other things like your money in your life. You're only here for so much. Do I really need to watch Big Bang Theory again one more time?
You've already seen the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm on my second time through. So but it makes me laugh, genuinely belly laugh. I mean,
That's tricky. Well, I'll lead into something on that note in a minute. But first, for me, overall in the confessionals, I pretty much have been doing everything. Joseph helped me set up my investments. So yeah, we did that. But at the same time, for the other book that we read, The Most Important Thing, I just absolutely hated that. So I said I was going to read a different Tony Robbins book. I haven't read that yet. So I'm a little bit with Joseph on there. I haven't read the book yet. Plus, I want to reread a couple of the books because I don't think I mentioned it, but in one of the videos, I had said that I take notes every time, and my notes in my phone like deleted, and I couldn't recover them. So now I have to go back and do more detailed notes again. So I haven't had chance to do that yet. But overall, the most important, I guess I'll go into that. The 5 most important things that I've learned are: 1, be honest and authentic. Be your true self. Whether it's just in regular day-to-day relationships or it's in your business, people don't want to know a fake personality. They want to know who you are. So don't be somebody that you're not. Secondly, same thing. A little bit of piggybacking off of that. Be the type of person or business that you want to be. So don't be something because somebody else or society thinks. So for example, if you want to like be like this biggest organization in the United States, I want to be like the top, I'm just going to throw it out there, event planning business in the United States. Okay, well, if you want to be big, be big. But if you want to stay small, you should stay small. That's something we learned in rework. You know, you don't, just because you want to be big doesn't mean you have to have 100 employees. You could still be pretty big and only have 10 employees. So don't live beyond your means.
No, I think that's great. Joseph, did she just piggyback off herself? I think, is that a first? Is that the first time we...
That's a first, yeah. That's a self-piggyback.
Yeah, these all kind of lead into each other. Mine. So, yeah, that was something I really, really enjoyed. So third is a lot about being in business, and also whether you're in an organization is it's not about you, it's about others. You know, how is your business serving other people? Similar to what Shawn and Joseph said. And same thing when you're a boss. It's not about you anymore. How am I serving my subordinates? You know, so very important there. Fourth is you basically, similar to the others, you can have whatever you want, but in order to be a master, you really need to practice. You have to practice at it. You have to keep posting. You have to keep practicing, doing your workouts. Don't ever quit. And then fifth, which is my favorite, is basically like work smarter, not harder, and be more efficient with your time. I think this is like the best thing that we've learned out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because you can have anything and everything, just be more efficient. You know, we like Shawn said, like, do I really need to watch Big Bang Theory again, or could I do something better with my time? Or he could do, you know, work super, super hard for a couple hours, like time blocking, and then he's accomplished everything he wanted for the day, so he has the rest of the day to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So all of it, just to wrap it up, is around the same concept of you can do whatever you want in life. Have whatever you want. Same thing even with your money or your life. You could have whatever you want. You could spend whatever you want, but make sure it really, really adds value and it really makes you truly happy. Yeah. So same thing with business. Same thing for all of it. So that's the most important thing I learned. Awesome.
Love it. That's like authenticity. It's all about authenticity then. It's like make sure it reflects what you really want. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Joseph, what about you? What are the 5 top things that you learned?
Okay. Can I get a drum roll for each one?
Sure.
Number 5. Take a portion of every dollar you earn and have it make money for you forever. And that's how you build financial freedom. So that was one of my favorites. Every time it just makes me feel good, like to know you have control over your finances. You don't have to be living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth, or whatever they say. You could really take some of that money and have it work for you. So I really like that. And it just makes me feel good to see my money growing and to see Julie's money growing too. It's awesome. Think and Grow Rich. So you get a reflection back of what you put out there. So similar to what you're saying, like a lot of what you put out is what you're going to get back. So if you're putting out a lot of value, a lot of content, stuff like that, ties to a lot of books, you'll get that back in your life. Okay. Number 3. Action beat words. Like every single book talks about this. Like you can say you're going to do anything, you can like visualize it, think about it, but you actually have to do it. And that's when you get the results. So it's like really all about taking action. And, you know, Choose Yourself talks about that a lot. And so does Crushing It. It's like you just got to go out there and do it. Believe in yourself. And if you really
start.
Yeah, if you really believe in yourself, then go do it. Don't just say it. You can say.
So Joseph, I mean, you did this with the Squishing It challenge. You kept doing the videos. How are you feeling about that now?
It makes me happy, but it's hard work.
It's a labor of love, now, right?
What?
It's a little bit of a labor of love, right? So yes, it's hard work, but you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned so much doing it. People tell me like you're doing better and better as I do more and more, and it's just a lot of fun. It's like it's cool to have like an outlet where you can just say anything you want within reason, and yeah, it's just fun. And it's something like I'd been thinking about doing but never did for a while. So I think reading these books like Choosing Yourself and Crushing It help with that. Because it's like, okay, might as well just do it instead of just thinking about it all the time.
Having your friends say double dog dare you to do it.
And challenges. Yeah, I love challenges. That helps so much. Okay. Number dos. I think I've heard Shawn say this, but like we all have the same time in the day. So what separates the greats from everyone else is like how you use your time. So you can choose like the easy way or you can choose the hard way. And if you choose the easy way, it seems good in the short term, but in the long term, it's not good for you. But if you do the hard way and challenge yourself, then you actually have a more rewarding life and you become stronger. And I don't know, it's like, it's fun. Even though it's hard, it's still fun. And then, can I get a drum roll for number one? Yay. Need a drum roll. If you do not take care of your inner world, then your outer world will be chaos. I think that's the main thing I took away. And it's like, I love the book, like the happiness advantage, stuff like that, but choose yourself. If you don't take care of yourself and you're just like, oh, I got to go, be busy all the time, like your life's going to fall apart at some point. Even if you're really successful, like it's not going to be worth it. So.
Awesome. I love that.
I'm actually rereading or listening to one of my all-time favorites, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it's amazing how every time I read this book, I find something new. You know, it's almost like, you know, when you're in a different part in your life. So I look forward to some of these books like Rework, you know, listening and reading some of those again, because I think Julie mentioned it earlier as well. You know, when I read it last time, it meant this to me, or I was just taking it in. And then each time that I revisit it, I'm in a different part of my life and it just hits me differently. I think that's what a true classic does. I think it hits you in different ways as you progress through your different stages of life. That book is over 30 years old now.
So that kind of leads me into my next question, Shawn. If you had to pick one book out of all of them that we read, which one would you recommend to the audience? Would it be Rework?
That we read this year?
Yes.
You know, Rework probably is at the top of the list. I mean, I would probably have that and Atomic Habits. Those were the two most inspirational books for me that we probably read this year. I know we've read Your Money or Your Life. I think that was last year, and we've done. I really enjoy even the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. I think that's important. But if I were giving a college graduate a book, you know, saying, okay, you're going off to make your own life's work now, Atomic Habits would probably be the first book I would hand out, followed by Rework. That just says, get out there, put it out there, solve your own problems, and move on. And don't try to please everyone. Just focus on this little bit, conquer that space, and you'll be successful. I mean, you don't have to be a bazillionaire. A millionaire is probably good enough.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, for me, I want to go next. Sorry, Joseph. I think the number one book that really impacted me the most, that I loved the most, I mean, Rework was up there. It would be The 4-Hour Work Week. And then Rework would be like a second. So we both have that in common. But The 4-Hour Work Week just had it all for me, and like the perfect book for me. So for example, it had the storytelling aspect. So it really put you in perspective. It had the action items, like at the end of every chapter, like do X, Y, Z, and to ask yourself questions to get you to really think. It had the textbook and step aspect, where it would give you like step by step, like if you want to do like here, if you want to be an expert in something, here's how you do it. 1, you know, do this. 2, do this. So it had all of it built in one book. Plus the concepts in there were just so powerful to me, because it also is similar to what I was saying earlier. You could pick whatever you want. You can have the life however you want it. You just have to figure out what you want first, and then it's so simple to just go for it. And same concepts too. Just do it. So that one was my favorite. But then Rework had some great concepts. I love that book as well. So those were my top ones. What about you, Joseph?
I want to expose you, Julie. Because I remember a long time ago, before Shawn, in the BS time, I said we should read The 4-Hour Work Week, and you're like, no, I don't want to read it because it's not that deep to be an entrepreneur.
That's not true. I wanted
It
to.
may have been David. Maybe it was you or David.
Because I was like, I've wanted to read the 4-Hour Work Week for years, and I bought it, and it's been on my phone like on Audible, and I just haven't read it yet until finally now. That's why I picked it as one of my books to read this year. So that was not me.
Okay. I'll say it was David.
Yeah,
it may have been David.
Let's blame him.
No, 4-Hour Work Week is great. Rework was also great. I was going to say The Atomic Habits, which is a good book, and it really got me changing a lot of what I was doing. But I think my absolute favorite was actually The Happiness Advantage out of all the books we read. And I don't know why, it just made me happy. It made me realize, like, you got to look after yourself first. And I think that's, like, the biggest lesson I got this year. Because it's been a year for, like, taking care of yourself. And it's not just, like, being, like, go. And just a lot of good, like, tactics. Like, instead of trying to be successful so that you can be happy, which I see a lot of people do, and like they're never happy. They're like always like, gotta do this, gotta do that. I got 5 seconds. What do you want? Instead, be happy so that you can be successful as a byproduct and make money as a byproduct. And all these other things it's not the point. Like, life is not about money. It's not about being successful. It's about like just being yourself. And I think that's what I enjoyed about Happiness Advantage. I think it gets the priorities correct of how you should live life, and then success can come as a byproduct of that.
Mm-hmm. So true. That was also a great one, Joseph. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm going to piggyback off that myself.
Yeah. Okay, well then, let's see here. I guess we're nearing the end. Final question, and this is kind of like a confessional for our confessionals. With everything that we've learned here in 2020, what are we going to take with us and apply for 2021? I'll go first. I'll put myself on the
yourself.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, I wrote it down, but even then I remember it. For me, I really want to take what we've learned like into action. So for example, I know for the Squish It challenge, that was super awesome. And like Shawn was saying, it was super cool to see that challenge manifest itself into other side projects that we wanted to do. Now that's something for me, like I did the Squish It challenge, but afterwards I just stopped making the videos. I think for me, I was just like, I'm not too sure about it. What should I do? Because I don't really want to like start a dog business. Well, maybe, I don't know if I could come up with something cool, but I don't really know yet, so I just kind of stopped because I wasn't sure. But what I'm going to do moving forward is I am going to keep doing them. I'm going to start doing those videos again, and either I'm going to do like a general vlog or I'm going to do like a specific topic. But, you know, if I don't know, I'll probably just start doing the general one again until something sparks, because it's better to do that than to do nothing at all. Yes. I'm not going to do like what Gary B says, where I'm just going to have the camera following me all day. Strap a camera on my head, just follow me around. Yeah, I won't do that, but I will start making a daily vlog again, because I really want to see that turn into something for me in 2021. Because I just admired also that y'all have been doing it, and it's so awesome. So that's mine.
I think I subscribed to you already. But I don't know if your videos are private, but I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you.
Oh, yeah, they probably. I don't think I ever made them public.
Yeah.
So, I'll fix it.
Yeah. I liked your crystal video. I remember that one. Because it was you being your authentic self, and I was like, oh, she's a hippie too, because I'm like a closet hippie. People don't know that. But like I do like pretty much hippie stuff all the time.
Exactly. I love going into those crazy shops. That's like something I really want, and I've been wanting it for years, is those things, like whenever, like maybe to your closet, you just leave a door open and it has like those hanging bead things.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting those, but I keep researching them and they're like so expensive. If like the cool ones.
Make your own.
Make your own, yeah. Solve the problem.
Maybe. Oh my gosh, Shawn.
What did we ever do during the BS times?
You know, right? I don't know.
So I can go next if you're not ready, Joseph. But you know, I have now recorded 10 videos for that came from that Squishing It challenge, and I have them scheduled to release over the next 10 weeks. So I'm actually going into February now. Every Tuesday, I'm releasing a video, and it is so cool to be able to record those and know. And I've already got ideas. I listen to books and I get ideas, and I've already got the next 5-minute thoughts going on. So the content is just coming fast and furious, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I'm committing to myself for the next year to do a video a week. In addition, in fact, Joseph's video will release on Friday, and I need to interview you, Julie, as well. But I mean, so I want to do an interview style, but I think ultimately, in my mind's eye right now, I want to get to a host-co-host where we have people on and do more of an interview style type of deal. And it's not taking as much time as I thought. And I know I've learned so much with Hustle and Know with the production and doing the videos. And I'm going to keep it simple. I know Joseph has gotten to where he can put things on the screen and all that kind of stuff. And I dig that. But mine is, I want it to be more earthy. I'm turning on a video. I'm not going to ask for subscribers. I'm going to throw it out there and take it kind of or leave it. Kind of the rework deal, right? So I'm going to solve my problem first, and then if it helps people, maybe I'll find my niche along the way. And the other thing, and this is bonus, I guess, because you asked for one thing, but the 10 things a day, I know I haven't been sending them to y'all, but I've had some pretty dark and light kind of things going on with that. That exercise from James Altucher has been liberating. Like, I watched one of my favorite football teams last night get crushed, and I made a top 10 list of why I should not be a fan ever. Kind of dark. And I put it on Slack to my friends, and then they turned around and said, wow, there's a lot of things we need to unpack here. Do you have problems, dude, or what's going on? So they challenged me to do why I should be a fan, and I did that today, and it was like just liberating. It's to come up with 10 thoughts every day, 10 ideas. And I'm theme based, so it's always going to be theme based. Hell, I've already started one for tomorrow. You know what my theme is for tomorrow?
What?
10 things you can do with a $1 bill. I mean, because I use them as bookmarks, and that was like, okay, what else could I do with a $1 bill? So I've already kind of started my list for tomorrow. I'm having so much fun with that. And talking about being in the moment and being silly and just being with yourself. Those are the two things. I'm going to keep doing the video thing because that's a legacy kind of project for me. But the other thing is the 10 thoughts, just to get my, that was great. I mean, choose yourself. That's kind of me choosing myself as something I can control. You bring your own weather.
That's amazing that you love that challenge and that it brings you joy to keep doing the challenge. I mean,
it's hard, but it's a labor of love, kind of like what Joseph was talking about. It's like it's not for everyone, but for whatever reason, when I finish that 10th one, I'm like, I did it. Another day.
Awesome. What's your team that you love and hate?
Oh, Dallas Cowboys. God. I mean,
I knew it was that. I'm
sitting there yelling at the damn TV. I'm like, oh my God, you suck. And I have no control over. But I went into that. I'll send you I know everybody else won't see it, but I'm going to send you my 10 reasons not to be a fan, and I'll send you my 10 reasons to be a fan. It's just, and you can put some comedy into it. It's fun. It's fun because you're challenging your mind, and he's right. James is right. I mean, you start unhooking other things in your mind's eye.
Yeah,
that's so funny. My boyfriend was talking shit about that too yesterday. Like, they suck.
They do.
So I'm not even a fan, but they do.
Well, Astros, all of them. I mean, I have no control over this, and why I get so emotional about it is just stupid.
That's funny.
Why do I put so much energy into this?
That could be your 10 questions.
Yeah.
10 reasons why you put so much energy into this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've gone off on a tangent. My bad.
No, you're good. Okay, Joseph. Last one. What are you gonna buy?
Okay.
One thing you're
I love
that you're gonna take to 2021.
I think it's gonna be like the focus is gonna be on like content creation because that's the second time I read Crushing It. It was just like wow. I remember the first time I read it and I was thinking, oh, I should start a TikTok, and then I never did it. And I was thinking like, what if I had started that like 3 years ago, 2 years ago? I would be good. I would have like probably a bunch of TikTok followers that I could have buying my stuff. So, but just have that influence. So what I'm going to do is let my actions reflect what I want in what I do. So instead of like, that's the way I'm going to like judge myself. Like if I'm not acting on something, I'm going to say, well, I must not really want it. And other people too. Like if I'm trying to help other people, I'll be like, do you really want it? Like if so, then your actions should reflect that. So that's going to be my main thing is making sure that my actions are perfectly aligned with what my vision is and what I want. And that's the way I'm going to do that is with probably my YouTube channel and using social media to help people, not just to have them buy my stuff.
Good, and we'll help keep you accountable too. We'll be like, Joseph, I just saw this video you posted that was so not you or something.
It could be.
In a friendly way.
Give it the real. I'm going to give you the real feedback, like Toastmasters. And I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Watching your videos, Joseph. I'm starting to set aside time to watch because I'm subscribed to you. Do you want that kind of Toastmaster feedback? I mean, because a lot of the stuff you're doing is spot on. But I didn't want you to feel like I was kind of like following you around, like me.
No, I would say if it was negative, not something that could be negative, don't put it in the comment. Just text me. And that's
the other deal. I don't need it for everybody to see. I'm not a troll. I want to be truly someone who's building you up. I'm not interested in getting a mob after you.
Yeah, I like the feedback. What was that?
Constructive feedback, not just trolling just to be mean.
Yeah. I mean, I pick on you, dude. I mean, I do, and I know sometimes you come in and you say, I feel like I'm getting attacked. It's done out of love, I promise. I mean, I am having fun because you're my friend, and that's what I do. I pick on my friends, but I mean, I hopefully you're not taking it as I'm just trying to beat you down.
No.
Cool.
No, I love it. Yeah, it's not a love. I try to mess with you guys too, but I'm more serious. I'm just kidding.
You're not as good at it, so you should try harder.
I think I'm good. Practice makes perfect. You know what, Shawn? You know what, Julie? No, I love feedback. Feedback is how you grow, so I love feedback. Definitely.
Oh, well, that's all my questions. Is there any other last minute advice you'd like to provide the audience?
So I don't know how we do this, but I'd like to reach out to maybe all the folks that have been on this show in the past and see, I don't know. I mean, maybe through the comments too. Is there anything else you want to see? I mean, I know we've done this format for a year and that's what we committed to, but what's next? Do we break it up? Do we blow it up? Do we do something different? Do we spin off in our own sitcoms? What do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we will talk about that. We'll brainstorm.
Okay.
What we're going to do. But audience, I hope you took a lot away from us today. I know we learned a lot throughout this year journey, and we hope you did too. And like Shawn said, reach out to us, put stuff in the comments, any books that you would like us to discuss, or any feedback. We appreciate it. You can be brutally honest. We're okay. But at least you know that throughout this whole year, we've been grassrooting this. We've been being authentic, being ourselves, and we want to know what works for you. So, and if we're helping you with your problems too.
I want to star in a show where I'm the host and I just see Julie and Joseph go at it like hot takes on books.
I'm totally down to argue, Julie.
I know. Let's debate it out, Joseph. Let's go.
Opposites. I don't know.
We'll see. I have a lot of things that I want to see next year. So audience, keep an eye out. Keep following us. Check us out because 2021 is going to be even more badass than 2020.
That's the motto. 2021, even more badass.
Even more hardcore. 2020 was pretty hardcore. It's gonna be more hardcore.
I know, right? So thank you, everybody, for watching our Hustle and Know entrepreneurial experience, and we will see you in 2021. Thank you. Bye.
Asteroid.
Oh, wait. Don't stop.
Okay. Okay.
And you thought I was going to forget. That was a trick, audience. And don't forget, do never forget that hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. Bye. See you next year.